interesting question for you. What if you became pregnant, and along with that announcement came a pink slip? The Pregnancy Discrimination Act protects women from losing their jobs if they need maternity leave, but one group of moms says that law makes the job market tougher, actually, for women. What the heck's going on here? Well, Sabrina Schaeffer is a visiting fellow of the Independent Women's Forum. She says bosses should be allowed to fire pregnant women, but Fatima Goss-Graves, a senior counsel at the National Women's Law Center, defends the current law. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
All right, Sabrina, defend your case. Why should there be no laws on the book to protect pregnant moms in the workplace?
Well, we have to acknowledge that there are bad employers out there, and discrimination certainly does occur, and we don't want to overlook that. But the fact is, legislation like this doesn't actually eliminate bad behavior. It just allows bad employers to find other ways to discriminate. What we have to be thinking about is how is this going to affect good employers? And we're going to create a breeding ground for litigation, or we already have, in fact, created a breeding ground for litigation, increase the risk and the cost of employing women, and ultimately that's going to backfire and make it more unlikely that a woman like myself will be hired.
Fatima, I understand that you're on the other side of the coin. What do you think?
Absolutely. I'm not sure why we'd want to return to the time from 30 years ago where employers had firm policies that they wouldn't hire or that they would fire their pregnant employees. I mean, at the time, teachers could be fired the moment that they showed any signs of pregnancy. But, there is a rise in pregnancy discrimination complaints out there, and that says to me that we need greater enforcement of the Pregnancy Discrimination Act, and that employers probably need to be educated about their obligations under the law.
Sabrina?
Yeah, no, I think, absolutely we don't want to return to decades-old practices, but what I think we do need, the best protection for women, is an open and flexible environment. And I think when you add this kind of government regulation, and instead of allowing market forces to sort of direct the hiring process, it really is going to hurt women. We want employers and employees to be able to enter into contracts together that suit both of their needs. And by stripping away regulation rather than, adding new layers, we're going to see that women come out ahead.
See, Sabrina, I would love to be able to think that we live in a society in 2009 where that actually might happen. But unfortunately, I've worked in the business world for 20 years, and I'm not so sure that it would always be fair for women. Fatima, thoughts?
Well, and I'm not sure how far you'd want to extend that argument. Would you say that anyone of childbearing age should be able to be discriminated against? Or, what about older men who may be likely to have heart attacks? Maybe they should be discriminated against, too. The point is that these laws matter. These laws make a difference. And where employers are discriminating, it's not in their interest. It's not in their long-term economic interest. They may be throwing away their most talented and their most valuable employees, and it's not in the interest of American families, particularly in this economy.
I got to wrap it up there, but I do find it fascinating. Both of you are moms, and you're both in the workplace, and you have very different points of view. Sabrina and Fatima, thanks so much for your time this morning.
Thank you for having me.
More Fox and Friends.